Hey guys, I'm Sam.
I'm Jody.
I'm Nathan.
Welcome back to our channel, RZR Focused. Again, we're so glad you've joined us. Today we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of our unit. We have, as you know, the Trail Ultimate 900, a 50-inch version, and Nathan, as you saw in the previous video, has a 60-inch Trail S Sport. So we're going to compare both of them. Many of you have asked even in your questions, hey, which one do you recommend? They're both great machines. So we're going to talk about what's similar and what's different just in a quick video there. Okay guys, just from the very front, you can see the differences. Same exact machine, but completely different. On the right, you have the Trail 50-inch Ultimate. On the left, you have the Sport 60-inch. So just the things that you see right off the bat is the LED lighting. So the 60-inch over here is a wonderful machine. It's got the standard lighting on it. It does not have the fangs until you get to the Ultimate on both models. Now over here on the 50-inch, part of the Ultimate package is the LED lighting and the fangs, and those are just the coolest thing. Now I know you can get fangs for the 60-inch or the Sport models or the premium models. They're aftermarket ones that are out there. So I encourage you to take a look at those two. Again, great options. As you also look, you see the front bumper is identical. So they share the same frame, they share the same motor, they share the same transmission. So you have the same accessories to some extent. You have the front bumper that we have here. They're both identical. We're going to see the rear bumper is identical as well. Now on the Ultimate, you've seen in our videos that we put a front camera in. You also can do that here on the Sport as well. The wiring is right back here. It's already there, and the hole is there. So if you have a 60-inch model and you want to put a camera in, look at our videos. We already have the, Jody and I installed the camera. You've seen that before. And the winch we've already installed. And right now, Nathan, as he said earlier, does not have his winch on. Soon, I'm sure he'll be getting one of those, and it fits the same exact way. Same wiring, same setup. So from the outset, again, you see completely two different standing units, but very, very similar. So let's complete this walk around.
All right, yeah, so in the previous video, I did bring up how the door lends itself to having more legroom. Something I didn't talk about was also that it does have larger over fenders. And in the door, obviously, I'll just kind of reiterate that one as well. But it does stick out probably a good, I'd say probably like almost 5 inches or so, probably close to like 4. But yeah, that's just kind of how you can see that it does stick out. Whereas on this one, if you look over, you'll notice this is a lot more strict. It's way more streamlined. That's where the 50-inch kind of keeps with its namesake of staying within that 50-inch width. So again, if you are doing those tight trails, or if you live in a tight area or a very densely wooded area, that's something that may play out really well in your advantage, just due to the fact that you don't have as much that may be able to get caught like on the 60-inch. All right, yeah, so the next thing we're going to talk about is going to be up in the wheel well areas. So real quick, I'll just go over mine. So notice that you can see the tire sizes are already going to be different. All right, so this one's going to come with a 27-inch tire, whereas yours comes with, what is it, Dad?
I think it's a 26.
Is that a 26? Let's see here. Yeah, so that's a 26-inch tire. Honestly, just by looking at it, if you told me this one was a 27, I would have thought this was more of like a 24, in all honesty, because it does look a lot smaller. I think the reason being is because if you also look at the tread, this one has more of like an arrowed tread, more directional kind of looking, whereas this one has something that looks more like standard with off-road trucks kind of treads and stuff like that, all right? So I think that is something that also keep in mind. Again, tires are tires. You can get whatever tires you want based on kind of where you're going to be driving around, but I do think it's worth noting the fact that the 60 does come with a different tire tread than the 50.
And real quick, Nathan, one thing that we did notice when we were in Virginia, the tires over here, the perfect on the trail, but on the highway when we were going on the roadways, it definitely it was pretty gnarly at times. Not a whole lot of traction. It looks like your tires have a lot better traction.
Yeah, I think that's going to come obviously with the width and tread pattern too. So yeah, definitely if you are going to be doing some on-road driving like in Arizona or states that kind of give you a lot more leeway with on-road driving, definitely get a tire that's going to be appropriate for that.
And stay tuned, we're going to do a swap on the next video just to see how they fit on this machine.
Or if they fit.
Or if they fit, yeah, they may not.
Yeah, so moving inward on each one, so you'll notice if you kind of want to back up real quick, Dad, just to show it again for the actual overall width. when you look at this, it does actually come out wider versus on the 50-inch, okay? See that? How the tire still, again, is falling within those body lines. The width for the 60 and with the 50 is all gonna be coming from your suspension components, okay? So your control arms, all of that kind of stuff, right? Now, you'll notice that this one has Fox shocks, as well as this one over here has Fox shocks. I will say, due to this one being the Sport and not having some of the other upgrades that kind of come with the Ultimate or the Premium package, I have non-adjustable shocks, whereas these ones are multi-point adjustable shocks, right?
Yeah, these
so
are the 2.0 performance shocks.
Yeah, exactly.
With the reservoir. Now these are a good ride though. I mean, I've ridden both. It's a great ride.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, I don't really think I've driven both. My personal preference, obviously, I'm gonna say mine. But
and I'm gonna say mine.
Ride quality itself, I think that they're almost identical. Now, if you did want to adjust it, obviously you're going to have that option here, but that's not necessarily just because he has a 50. It's going to be based on the actual package that he got, being the Ultimate, okay? So if you are wanting a 60, it can also be had with those adjustable shocks, okay? And then if you want to save money and you don't care about adjustable shocks, but you want a 50, you can always go with a lesser package in terms of that as well. Save yourself a little bit of coin. Yeah, otherwise, that's pretty much it for what you have going on in the front.
Hey guys, I'm coming at you again with talking about the difference between the two machines and just how you can look at them. And we have our machine here and our son's machine over here. And first I'll talk about the 50-inch because I was super excited to get this one because I like the park trails, and a lot of the park trails you have to have a narrower machine to fit down and see all the sights. And I want to go to the national parks and see all the sights. As you can see, the doors are flat, as Nathan and Sam were talking about. They have the lower clearance, the tighter ride. The seats, again, they are the same kind of seat, but we have the Ultimate package, so we have a little bit of details on here, such as the stitching being green and the vinyl upgrade on the seating. But the padding and the seat shape and everything and the distance between the two seats is exactly the same. We have, again, the Ultimate package comes with the ride command.
Which we love.
Yes, we do. As well as the speakers and just the amenities that we enjoy when we're riding down the trail. We enjoy being able to see the map and being able to hear the music and those kind of things. The best thing that we like is the power steering over here on the Ultimate, because as you're driving down the trail, if you're going all day, you want to have a good ride and have an easy ride, and as you get older it gets more difficult to turn the wheel and spin it. Again, the steering wheel is a bit smaller as you look at the other machine, and it has the flat on the bottom. So there are a few minor differences, cosmetic differences, as well as the upgrade differences that we have here.
Okay, let's go look at the S that Nathan has and see what he has.
I think Nathan was saying that both his seats slide and only one of ours slides. The driver slides and the passenger doesn't.
Yes, but he added the passenger. So
oh, okay.
From the factory, it comes with the driver slides, the passenger does not. So that was added. So let's go take a look at his now, and let's see what we see on his interior.
Again, like Nathan was saying earlier, there is a bow or an arc in the door to give you that extra space that you're looking for in the 60-inch. Again, right here, you can see that the space between the seats is the same. The steering wheel, you can see, is bigger and not flat. Again, his package doesn't come with the ride command, but it still has amazing features.
It's identical otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, it has the same room in the foot pedal and in I mean...
You have a little more room in the footwell because the speaker's not there.
Right.
So you have a little more on the dead pedal per se. But
I
otherwise...
was thinking it seemed a little bigger, but I was like, it's the same size, so I was confused.
Yeah, it's the speaker. Now, one thing also, you'll see that his is orange, ours was blue. You can select that on both of them. You can select your color.
The color is irrelevant, I guess.
But otherwise, go ahead and close your door there, Jody. That way we can see that elbow room.
See that there's a whole...
I mean, there's a lot more...
A whole other person could fit here. And again, Nathan does not have the power steering because he does not have the Ultimate package. That is the one thing in the Ultimate package that he wishes he had. The ride command is nice, not necessary for him, but the necessary thing is the power steering.
Even if you go to the next model up, which I think is the blue model, on both packages, that's where power steering starts. And again, you've heard us talk about that a lot.
And the cost difference between the base model and the upgraded models, if you were to aftermarket the power steering, you'd actually pay more.
Yes. So,
just for that one feature.
So interior dimensions really all the same. A little wider here on the door.
Now you could really fit a toddler right here.
But don't. That's probably not suggested.
Well.
So
I've seen the
she's from
toddler,
Alaska, people. She's from Alaska.
I've seen the little toddler seats in the middle, the jump
Yes,
seats, and that would be so cool with the little harness or a puppy seat. I could fit a little furry friend right here.
Don't call me that.
Aww.
Guys, as you can see again, both fantastic machines. Now, interesting, and we may do before we drive off, we may do a identical side by side, because this one seems so much bigger, the S does, but again, it's the same body with the fenders, tighter fenders, same windshield, everything's interchangeable, but this it's only 1 inch higher is what they say.
But the suspension is wider.
But 12.5-inch clearance, 11.5-inch clearance is what they claim. Now, what they claim is unloaded, so now we have all our accessories on. I want to just get a real life weight. Nathan, come sit in yours for just a second. So then we'll put you in ours, and that way we can see with a person in it per se.
The squat.
The squat.
Ha!
This one just seems so much bigger. See, as I'm standing next to this one, and as I'm standing next to this one, our little gray turtle seems so small compared to this guy. So now with someone driving in it, we're going to just take a quick measurement here. So let's take a look here again. This one is 11.25 with a passenger and weight, bumpers, all that in. Let's go to the back of his machine. Okay, so we're at the back of the machine. Again, this says 12.5-inch clearance, but fully loaded, he's at 9.5 with the passenger. Now again, I know you can adjust the springs and all that stuff, and we will do that later, but this is strictly factory right now. So let's now take a look at the gray turtle here and see what
What were you saying, Nathan?
It feels so much tighter, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I love it.
Again, they're completely different
I'd
machines.
kill somebody to get the power steering.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Okay, so here we are at our Ultimate here, and someone's sitting in it. We're at 9.5 with a passenger, so very similar on that fully loaded. Now let's go to the back. The Sport was at 9.5, and we're at 8.25 loaded. So we definitely want to. We're going to adjust all these shocks on both machines to get it to that factory ride height to give us that clearance that we need. We have used the skid plate quite a bit, and that's obviously why. So we are going to we're going to swap tires and see how that affects height, if we can swap them. So
it's about 1.5 inches in the front and 1.5 inches in the back almost.
Yeah, exactly. The
on both machines.
So, we're going to see if we can gain a little more clearance on both of them. We'll do that on another video, but let's keep moving. Hey guys, thanks again for watching. I hope that was informative for you. Comparing the 900s S and Trail, both Trail but S and non-S together, side by side. I hope that was informative for you. If there's something we missed, let us know. If you have a question, let us know that. We have the privilege of having our son's machine close by, so we can really compare the both of them. But we're so glad that you've joined us, and I pray that you have a blessed and amazing every day.
Stay razor focused.